Hey everybody, Earle Harrison from Triumph Technology. Today we're going to look at a new product that we've taken on here in Minnesota called the OrCam. OrCam is manufactured, developed in Israel. It made its debut here, I'd say, probably maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And since then, we've seen it a couple times, and it seems that over the last even just a year or so, it's grown up quite a bit. So we bit the bullet. We came on board with OrCam as a Minnesota reseller. They do have resellers around the country, so if this is something that interests you, you can certainly give us a call, and we can point you in the right direction if we can't sell to you directly. Our website, by the way, is attriumph.com. That's AT as in assistive technology, Triumph as in triumphant. So it's attriumph.com. And there you'll see more information about the other products that we sell, as well as our contact information if you want to give us a call. But the OrCam is a really interesting new development, relatively new, in the area of wearable devices. I've got it in my hand here. It comes with a pair of glasses. We've got the base unit here that actually has a belt clip on it. That is optional. It feels quite different and a little bit smaller without the belt clip, but even so, it's quite negotiable. The glasses that come with it also come with these little mounts, and you don't have to use the glasses that they provide with it, but if you're like me and you don't wear glasses, because in my case I'm totally blind, and I could put these on a pair of sunglasses if I wanted to. I just actually snapped the camera and the earpiece, which is a speaker that is in close proximity to my ear, so we don't always have to inform the world of what we're looking at. And I also have hearing aids, which are kind of the microphone is on top of the hearing aid, and then inside my ear are these little earbuds. Well, I'm going to remove the right one where the speaker is going to go, because I'm going to turn up the volume so you guys can hear it and it doesn't tear my head off in the process, because that would be messy, right, Kelly?
Yep.
Kelly's our cameraman today. So I've just donned these very stylish set of glasses here. How stylish are they?
They're just little glasses.
How about this wire dangling from my ear?
That's that. Yeah, absolutely. It's a new fad.
So there is a wire, and I could put this wire behind me, and actually I could put the wire kind of behind my ear, tuck it behind my ear, and I could wear it under, the documentation recommends that you wear it underneath clothing. So if I was wearing a suit coat and I was walking around wearing my OrCam, it wouldn't be obvious I've got a wire, and it wouldn't get tangled up in my dog, if I had a dog, or my cane. Of course, that's assuming that you're blind or low vision, but what's interesting about the OrCam, it isn't just for people who are blind or low vision. It also works for people who may have information processing disabilities like dyslexia or something like that. There are two varieties of OrCam, and there's one called the MyReader, which that's exactly what it does. It reads. Oh, I guess I should have put that on Do Not Disturb here. Let me just turn down the volume. Right? Sorry, caller. Sorry, caller number 9. Okay, so that's an old radio joke, right? You're caller number 9. So the OrCam MyReader costs $2,500, and the OrCam MyEye has other features that might be useful for a person with blindness or low vision, and those have to do with gestures, facial recognition, money identification, things like that. The MyReader, all that has is the optical character recognition, or OCR, for reading text, which would be perfect for somebody who might have that information processing disability that we were talking about. So in my hand here, I've got the base unit once again, and on the one side towards the camera, we've got a power button which is somewhat recessed, and you press and hold it, and it vibrates, and it takes probably about 30-40 seconds for it to boot up. On the same side, we've got the volume button up and volume button down. The volume up is more concave, and the volume down is more convex. So it's the innie versus outie. Okay. on the other side, we've got the capture button, or the action button. What did she call it? It's a button that takes the picture.
Trigger.
The trigger button. Trigger. Okay. It's the trigger button, and we've got this, like I said, it's on the belt clip. I could wear it on my belt if I wanted to. And underneath the little rubber flap, we have a place to plug in a power adapter or a USB micro cable. So we can power off a quick charge off the wall, or a slower wall or charge off the USB micro. And I would assume that would go for when updates come out as well. Okay. On the bottom, it's important to know that this is a headphone jack. And I say it's important to know because we joke around about people who say that they can't charge their OrCam because they're plugged into the headphone jack. So let's go ahead and get to work, show you what the OrCam can do. I'm really excited about it because the OCR feature, but also the facial recognition stuff, money identification, that kind of thing. And it's just growing. There's also a place for a feature for product identification, and again, this product is just going to continue to grow. And they do their own OCR at OrCam, and it's very sophisticated algorithms, as you could probably imagine. For example, I asked our local area rep, Eliza, how does it know when I'm looking at a bill versus a newspaper? And she says it just works. So somehow they determine if I'm looking at a newspaper that I'm going to read one column at a time. And then, in other cases, if there are numbers that are going across, if it's a bill or something, they figure out that it's a bill and I can actually read across columns. So I've just got some random examples here of text. And if the camera is situated in such a way that when I look at a document, all I need to do is make sure that I'm looking at the document as if I could really see it, and using the center of my nose as the place where the document should be. So I'm going to bring it up to my nose, bring it away, and I can press the trigger button. Oh, waking up. Okay, so I hear in my ear, waking up, battery's 80% charged, and if what I could have done is plugged in a little speaker, but I'm going to just go ahead and turn up the volume. Ow. Okay, that worked out okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and press the trigger button. Okay, I'm looking at the document. Takes the picture. Ow, I'm turning it down.
The text seems upside down.
Okay, so
read it. Rotate the page and try again.
Okay, so
skipping to next text block.
Okay,
The text seems upside
okay,
down.
so we're going to do this again.
Rotate the page and try again.
I'm going to rotate the page, try again. Press the trigger button.
Earn unlimited 1.53 e-cash back on all business purchases. Frequently asked questions.
Alright, so this is obviously from somebody who's trying to...
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on all business
somebody who's trying to get my
purchases
business.
plus the annual deal.
And now, that's one way to do it, is to press the trigger button. I'm turning sideways on Kelly here because I want to demonstrate how the gestures can work for you as well. So I am looking at the page, and if I'm low vision, I have the luxury of seeing where I want to begin and stop reading. So let's say that I could see this page, and I know that the content that I'm most interested in is down towards the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and point. It takes the picture.
What is Spark Business includes a portfolio of credit, capital on eSpark designed to meet the unique needs of small.
And what I've done here is I've put my hand in a stop gesture, right in front of the page, and it actually stops reading right where I left off. So that's really, really very cool and intuitive. The other thing that it does, and by the way, when we first got our OrCam, we went around doing things, fun things outside, like reading sandwich boards and signs on businesses and things like that. So imagine you're a blind person or a person who's low vision, you can't see that directory at the mall or the business directory between the elevators. We've done some experimenting with that, and that works really well also. Now, you'll notice that when I turned towards the camera, where Kelly is situated behind it, it actually said her name, Kelly. So, because that's her name, and it recognized her face. So, if Kelly was in a crowd, I could have it say her name. I can set the interval to, I think the default is like 3 seconds, which is really obnoxious, because you look in Kelly's direction every 3 seconds or so, and it's just going to say her name all the time. So what you do is you press and hold it. You press the trigger button, it'll actually tell you that there's a person in front of you, and then you press it again, it'll actually tell you to name it in your own voice. Like that, okay? So it said Kelly, and now if you didn't want to use that, because that can be kind of boring, Kelly, John, Joseph thing. Maybe you want to use a sound effect or something. So whenever I see Kelly, maybe I want it to go. Or when I go to the cash machine, or oh, I gotta be careful because these are bad. Or where's that one?
Oh, that hurts.
Or, here comes Kelly! Sorry, that's a sound machine that a friend gave us one time after a visit. But that is, you can do all kinds of things, and if you don't particularly like somebody and you got the volume low enough, you look in their direction, and maybe you could have it make some other sound. Okay, so it doesn't always have to be so strict, and you can have a little fun with it as well. So right now I've got some money in front of me, and I'm going to go ahead and press the trigger button here.
Volume max.
Oh, well, that's the volume button. Ha!
Other side.
Thank you. Thank you for that. What is this money thing I have in front of me? I'm not usually allowed to have money. Come on. It's money, and it's right here. Huh. It's not seeing it, guys. I just printed this money. What's wrong with it?
$20.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so 6 times was a charm. All right, so we have to work a little bit on the money identification, but eventually we got it. And really, it does work more times than it doesn't work. The other cute gesture that they have is that isn't 100% yet, but it's kind of a cute concept. And people don't want to be dinged for checking their time in meetings and class and things like that all the time. But what we have is an imaginary gesture of checking the time. So it's like I look down at my wrist.
The time is 10:38 p.m.
And I hear.
Today is Wednesday, March 15th, 2017.
And I hear the time and date. And now I looked in Kelly's direction and it told me her name. That is so cool. So, anyways, that's a little bit about the OrCam. And you know what? All those little mistakes and things like that, we keep those in because we think that's just part of being real. And this is just a really, really functional thing. We're excited about it. There are finance options available. We actually offer a lease-to-own program through a leasing company that if people can't afford to come up with one big chunk of money, $2,500, $3,500, that's not a little chunk of change. We understand that. So we do try to help out where we can. And if you have any questions about that or other funding resources, feel free to give us a call here. Again, our website is attriumph.com. You'll find all of our contact information there, and you can learn about all the other assistive technology projects that Triumph Technology has to offer. And that's going to conclude this little demonstration of the OrCam. Thank you so much for watching.